NearlyDanish.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so this is current affairs, part 2. Okay, so this is, I think this is going to show up. Either this or the gold medal from the handball team. I think definitely one of these will show up. All right, next one. The code is on the screen. Please look at the screen. At the bottom of the screen, you will see it there. All right. 180 of you got this right.
Great job.
Next one.
Uh-oh.
All right, so some new notes are going to be released and some people's faces are going to be there. This, I don't think is going to show up. Remember, current affairs is only 5 questions, and they try to put the most important current affairs, and it follows a particular pattern. What I've done here is I've compiled a whole bunch of questions that fit those patterns. Majority of them obviously are not going to show up, right? When we come across one that I have a strong feeling about, I will let you know. This is not showing up. Next one. And usually, actually, my strategy, I don't usually throw a whole bunch of questions at you guys. This time I chose to do it because I feel like people want to feel like they're ready. So they want to practice a lot. So yeah, let's do it then. Tula has the highest answer streak of 3. That's a perfect score.
Perfect score.
Next one. All right, so the Cactus Towers in Copenhagen, close to, it's at Dibbelsbro, I think, won the award for Europe's best. And when did this happen? September this year. That's the theme there is Danish excellence on the world stage. That's probably not the one with the highest cultural impact. I think the ones with the highest cultural impacts are the ones that actually show up in the test. And like I said, it's going to be one of the 2 gold medals from the Olympics. You know the answer to this already. Evelina, I don't know what's going on. Maybe try and go out and go in again. All right, You guys knew the answer to this. Mammy has the highest answer streak of 5.
Perfect score.
All right.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Famous dead people. Eric Clausen. I think it's going to be between him, Ulf Pilgaard, and there's another dude that died from Matador. He died recently, but let's see. Next one.
Uh-oh.
All right. So a well-preserved Viking graveyard was found in Odense in September 2024. Is this going to show up? No. For the people that got this right, round of applause. This is a very dynamic top 5. Sko is back in the game with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. $130 million. The people that got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Is this gonna show up? I don't think so. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
7 players hit an answer streak of 5.
Great job!
Next one. Well done.
Wow!
Excellent.
3 new minister posts were opened, and I think they're gonna ask about at least one of them. But we'll see. Next one. Green Ocean now in the top 5. 6 players reached an answer streak of 6.
Great job!
Next one. Stephanie Luz. Like I said, they're going to ask about one of the ministers. There is a quiz on your profile focusing on the government, which is the prime minister and all the ministers. So please make sure you know all their names because they're going to ask about at least one of them. Stephanie Economy. Yeah, I guess Lila is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
She's on fire!
At the moment, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
Zab, number 1, Myra, 1, number 2, Geordie, 3, Man-Me, 4, and Green Ocean at number 5. We have 20 questions to go. Huh? Did I put this twice? Oh, man. Yeah, Victor Axelsen. I meant to put the handball team, not this guy again. I made a mistake. Next one. So the theme of this is demonstrations. We'll see how you guys do here and then we'll talk about it. All right, so the theme here is protests and demonstrations. So usually they do show up in the test. Maybe once every 3 tests or something like that. This is the one that happened in September 2024 at the airport. And I think there was this whole thing about, you know, rich people in Denmark flying around in private jets that made the news. So this is relevant. All right, on to the next one. That was a combo breaker. 3 players just dropped their answer streak of 5. Is it gonna show? I don't think so. But if it does show, we know it, right? I'm talking about the previous question, not this one. All right. No, this is not going to show up, but you know, this is a major, well, not major, but it's an international foreign affairs decision that was made based on there was something going on in Mali with the Russians and stuff like that. But anyways, moving on. A lot of you got this wrong, but don't feel bad. That question is probably not going to show up. Raj, Denmark is the highest climber, up 48 places.
Wow!
Okay, so we are almost halfway through. We have Zab, Louise, Mohammed, Manmi, and Myra 1. Next one. Yes, it is current affairs today. All right, so this one, I have a strong feeling it's going to show up, but most of you got this right, so a round of applause. On to the next one. Okay, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
SMS is 3 in a row.
Great job.
We are at the halfway point now. Okay, for the first timers, just wanted to share that we have a YouTube channel. It's called Nearly Danish TV. If you've missed the sessions, please go here and you can find the sessions under playlists. And you see they are, well, you're not going to see it here now because there's a whole bunch of other stuff here, but there's these 2 sessions, Winter 2024 and for Melba Escapes Porn and INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN Porn. So if you've missed any of the sessions, you can catch up. You're not going to see all these sessions because these are the audiobooks. But anyways, we're moving on. Next one. All right, Caro Pinto is the highest climber, up 21 places.
Excellent.
We are at the halfway point now. We have Zab, Louise, Mohammed, Manmi, and Luezo. Luezo just came into the top 5. All right, we have 15 questions to go. Okay, so ever since the war started in 2022, questions about Denmark's security have been, well, the security forces have been popping up in the test. So this question is about the Danish naval fleet patrolling between Iceland and the Faroe Islands in the North Atlantic in September 2024. I'm a bit on the fence with this one, but I think another security question could show up. And if it does, then, it could be one of these, but let's see. All right. 40 players reached an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Okay, next one. All right. This is not going to show up. I don't think this is important enough news for it to warrant an appearance on the test. So if you didn't get that right, don't beat yourself up. Next one. Political parties and their leaders. Hopefully, majority of you get this right, because this is not the first time you're seeing this. Well done. Okay, 48 people got that wrong. There is there's a quiz that's dedicated to political parties and their leaders on the website, on your profile. And also, if you don't have a profile, you can also take the tests with the quizzes without a profile on the site. Okay, 10 players reached an answer streak of 3.
Great job.
Moving on to the next one. Mohammed, thank you very much for sharing that. I didn't see that question. Chiara, he's right. Have a look there. Yes, so this is another security question. And by the way, someone just asked, where can I find the information about security, right? So it's on the Defense Ministry's website. And I just shared it in the chat. So click and have a look. Browse through that, because some of those questions, well, they could ask a question about any one of those things. All right, on to the next one. Yes, so Grønland turned 175 years old this year on the 5th of June. And yeah, there was a celebration at Parliament on the same day, 5th of June, 2024. The theme of this is some kind of anniversary, but usually the anniversaries they care about are like birthdays that are a multiple of 10. This has 5 at the end of it. I don't think it's going to show up. Besides, there have been more significant events in the royal family than this. So the event I think that's going to show up that involves the king is hosting of Iceland's president and her husband. 3 in a row. Ank is back in the game.
Excellent.
We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
And we have 10 questions to go. Well done. I can see most of you know the leaders of the political parties.
Excellent.
Keep up the good work. All right, Zab is holding that number 1 spot. It's not looking like anyone is going to catch up. He has 17,000 points. Number 2 has 16,900 and something. So unless you fail a question, no one is going to catch up. We've got Zab, Muhammad, Manmean 970, and Luezo. B is back in the game with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Not sure if it's a he or she, but let's move on. Next one. Right, so this is, I think, newsworthy because I can't remember what happened, but I think someone from Venstre left and the government lost its majority. And then Christian Fries back left Radical Venstre and joined Venstre, and then the government got back its majority. So that was you know, a political moment that happened. But do I think it's going to show up? No. It's only 5 questions, remember. So only the most important things would show up. But in case it shows up, we've seen it before. All right. It looks like Zab made a mistake and lost his number 1 spot to Mohammed. Everybody else went up a notch. Linda is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
She's on fire!
Next one. Okay, you've seen this before. It was in a previous mock test. All right, static top 5.
Static top 5.
9 players dropped their answer streak of 3. We've got 7 questions to go.
Yeah, boy.
All right, next one. Well done. 166 people got that right. The rest of you got that wrong. There is a quiz. Like I said, please practice that quiz for the government. So the Prime Minister and her ministers. Berlin is the highest climber, up 19 places.
Great job!
We have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
All right, we have 6 questions to go. Blue tongue virus was spreading amongst the sheep, the goats, and Craig. Don't know, can't remember what that is in English. But anyways, yeah, for the people that got this wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
do I think this is going to show up? No. All right, next one. We have 5 left. Zab took his #1 position back. Cattle, yes. Zab took his #1 position back. Mohammed dropped back to #2. Green Ocean is now in the podium at 3. Louise at 4, and 9-7 dropped to 5. Linda is the highest climber, up 25 places.
Excellent.
Everybody's asking me what 5 questions do I expect. Okay, I'll tell you. I expect the visit from Iceland's president to show up. I expect Ulf Pilgaard, or there's another question that's going to show up here. I'll mention it when we come across that. So that's at least one famous dead person. I think Ulf Pilgaard is very culturally significant. I expect, oh God. Yes, I expect at least one of the Olympic medals to show up. And then that leaves 2. So one about a head of a political party and one about a minister. So if I'm to take a guess, I'll expect they'll ask something about the new ministries or the leader of one of those ministries. And for a head of a political party, just practice all of them. There's not that many of them. So those are my expectations. But, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. I don't set the test. All right. Next one. Iceland visits, can't remember actually, but it was within the last couple months. Rookie's making a comeback with 3 in a row. Rookie's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay, so there's questions about abortion changes and changes to military requirements. Those are not current affairs questions. Okay, those are not current affairs questions. They are now part of the book. Now, I am going to create another Kahoot where I will try to extract questions from all the new parts in the book. So all the new things that they added. So I'm going to take questions about those things and we will practice them. And we're going to do that before. I think we have like 4 sessions left or something like that. So we're going to do that. Don't worry. Oh, yes. The Miss Universe thing is quite significant, but I don't know, man. You know, that's up there as well. I would say it's up there as well. Yes, this is not going to show up. But it's a thing with Denmark's security. So yeah, it's in there. We've got 3 questions left. Ta-da! Yes, so this happened yesterday. It's pretty significant. So there's never, ever, ever, ever been a Danish Miss Universe. So this is, you know, I think this is a big deal. And I think this is one of the questions that's might show up. And of course, it fits very well into Danish excellence on the world stage. All right, so most of you got this right. Round of applause. Most of you got this right, like I said, and hopefully this shows up and you will get it right on the test as well. Someone is saying, make a list in Facebook page about politics and minister. No, I'm not going to make the list. You make the list. If you want to see the stuff I've done, check out the quizzes. And I think a whole bunch of other people have made that list, but I would highly recommend that you make the list yourself, because when you're writing it down, you know, it does something to your brain when you actually write those things down. But anyways, moving on to the next one. Okay, this is another one that I think could show up, because Matador is the most famous Danish series, and he is one of the most, well, he was in that series, and he's very well known in Denmark. So he's a cultural icon. I think it was 2023. Lisa Norgård, she was the script writer for Matador. When she died, she showed up in the test. So this guy is an actor in the actual series. So this, I put it up there as well, but I think there can only be one famous dead person in the test, and it's between this guy and Ulf Pilgaard. But that's my opinion. There's a whole bunch of other people that died. Erik Clausen, Johnny Madsen, I think. You know, pretty culturally significant individuals as well. All right. Someone wrote me out. The answer options the same as the ones you provided, or can they come up with the new answer options in the exam? They could come up with new ones, but they're pretty much, I mean, they're not gonna, they're gonna put the right one in there. So they're not gonna like try to confuse you with the answer options. But they're very, very similar. All right, we're moving to the last question. Let me see. Last one. At the moment, we have Zab, Mohammed, Luis, 9-7, Man Me, static top 5.
Static top 5.
Yes, Melbo skips pawn is right after this. Okay, last question. This fits into Danish excellence on the world stage, but there's been more significant things. So this is just an Oscar nomination, not actually a win. So I don't think this is going to show up. But if it does, we've seen it before. All right. That was it for tonight. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat. Let's have a look at that podium. Luis at number 3. Mohammed at number 2, and I think Zab at number 1. All right. Mami and 9-7. Let's see how.
NearlyDanish.com.